I am Deb and Marty with Greater Cleveland RTA's marketing team. In November, we celebrate our veterans, and I am here today with, if you want to introduce yourself.
Frank Jason Hall. I go by Jason. I'm in the track department, grade 3, laborer, 4 years. I was in the U.S. Army for 3 years, and I was a PFC.
And what made you join the military?
Well, it was 1989. I graduated in 88. College just didn't seem like it was for me. I worked at a factory for a little while, and my father had been in the military. I had uncles who were Marines and Air Force and Army, all the branches really.
Yeah.
And GI Bill was available also, so if you went in, they were giving bonuses for that. And I went in on a 3-year enlistment, which meant because I did a 3-year enlistment, I got to pick where I would go, so I chose Germany.
Okay, cool.
So.
And what was one of your fondest memories about being in Germany?
So my fondest memory was when the wall fell. Mm-hmm. All right, I got there in September of 89, and people started coming across in November of 89.
Right.
And the wall didn't officially fall until October of the following year, 1990. Mm-hmm. But between then, it wasn't official, but everybody was coming over from East Germany and places. But yeah, when the wall fell, that was interesting. We weren't officially allowed to go. You were supposed to put in on leave, but as soon as weekends hit, everybody booked to Berlin, and you'd be sick on a Friday and take off. And my parents have chunks of the wall where we actually chip pieces of the wall off. So that was really cool.
When you first signed up for the service, did you have any idea that you, one, would be traveling to other countries, and two, witnessing historical events?
Well, I definitely didn't know about the historical event other than we were just worried about the Soviets coming through the Fulda Gap, invading Western Europe. But I was a signal soldier, signal battalion, 22nd Brigade, 17th Signal Battalion, which is communications.
Okay.
And I knew communications were going to be a big thing in the future, obviously.
Always.
I went from having the TV with the antennas to having an actual cable with the box and then a cable with the remote. You could just see technology going along, and communications I thought was going to be important. That's why I went in the Signal Corps.
Well, are there any other fond memories that you have?
So I had the bright idea and said, I like to be outside. Mm-hmm. And I told the recruiter that. And I said, so I was outside all the time. I was a radio teletype operator, which switched to MSE, which MSE is kind of like cell phones. It's all line of sight. And it's old technology now, but at the time, so every 3 hours you'd be on one mountain, you'd beam your signal to the other mountain, make like a network. People would pick up a phone, and that's how they would do it, rather than the old radios. But every 3 hours you have to jump. You have to go from one location to another. Mm-hmm. So anytime anybody needed communication, which is all the time, you would go out with them. So when my brother graduated a year after I did, I told him, I said, communications is cool, but whatever you do, don't say you like to be outside. And he was smart. He did. He still works in computers and stuff now.
That's awesome.
Makes big money, and he sends me good Christmas presents. So
that rolls into my next question about what your service in the military taught you that you utilize outside of service. So
I think mainly, I believe, like a lot of countries, service is mandatory. Mm-hmm. And I believe that because you have something in common with people that you might not have anything in common with.
Yeah.
So you could be from Tennessee, or you could be from Massachusetts, you could be black, white, Hispanic, whatever, and you had that commonality. Mm-hmm. So I'll see somebody with an Army hat or a Navy hat or anything and be like, hey, what's up? And I believe that commonality with people is something that I carry forward, that and just trying to have a military bearing and, taking things as they come, don't react, emotionally, try not to.
What life lessons have you been able to utilize while working for Greater Cleveland RTA?
Well, situational awareness, especially in the track department. I mean, we're working by active rail where there's heavy equipment and trains, 2-3 feet from you, and just paying attention. You have to pay attention to detail, especially you're working on rail, that's potentially people's lives, so you have to take it seriously and be professional.
When you're not working, what do you do in your free time?
Oh, we like to camp.
Okay, so you always like being outdoors?
Yeah, definitely that.
Transferred to Being a laborer and camping.
Right, yeah. Kayaking. Actually, my truck's down there with kayaks on it right now.
Trying to get out for the last couple of seasons. Or good
Yeah. We just started getting into that this year, but we like to camp. I got 8 grandkids too, so
Nice.
that's why I need to keep working.
Frank Jason Hall. I was in the U.S. Army. I was a private first class. Signing off.